Roberson.
All right, am I on the right side? Yeah, here we go.
Number 5, Timothy Floyd. Number 7, Elijah Mason. Number 20, Denante Reed. 22, Darren Frankie. 29, Jackie Burris. 34, Gregory Yates. 50, Sean Pop. 59, Cliff Henley. 62, Gary Donnelly. 74, Daniel Harris. 75, Brandon Sanders. 76, Obadiah Rashid. 77, Joseph Jordan. 21, Eric Woodek. And now, the starting defense. At left end, number 88. Gerard Nelson. Number 48, at left tackle, Gregory Dickey. At middle guard, number 67. We don't have a 67. At right tackle, number 24, Jordan Willis. At right end, number 1, Gilbert Bates. At left linebacker, Mohammed Abdul Ghaffar. Middle linebacker, 33. Right linebacker, 42, Morris Turner. Left quarterback, number 9, James Mason. At safety, number 11, James Durant. And right quarterback, number 3, Kevin Roberson. And number 67, Travis Turner. Great Wing Vikings, Baltimore, Maryland. Sacco. 56, Angelo Sacco. 59, Mike Masur. 65, Cameron Bartholomew. 67, Al Smith. Number 7, Justin Eric Aniello. And your starting offense. At left guard, number 50, Nicky Corey. At left tackle, number 78, Pat Single. Number 30, Guy Barassi. At right tackle, 72, George Willis. At right guard, number 97, PJ Ponte.
Come on, PJ.
Left end, number 18, Andy Hoffman.
Come on, Andy, talk, Andy.
Number 32, Brian Moore.
Come on, Fire. Come on, Fire. Come on, line up.
44, Austin Monroe.
Come on, Austin. Come on, man. Get me. Come on, Paul. Don't get me. Get me. Come on, Paul. All right, Corey. All right, Corey. Come on, Corey. All right, let's go.
Line up. We're going to shake first.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Eastern Region Pop Warner, we are honored to have right here the 5 states representing the Eastern Region.
One line.
I'm introducing him to you now. The referee from Pennsylvania, Mike Nowak. Umpire from Maryland, Frank Sabolo. Linesman from New Jersey, Steve Butera. Field judge from New Jersey, Al DeSantis. Back judge
judge from New Jersey, Paul Lazowitz. Side judge from Pennsylvania, Scott Speaker. On the box from New York, Frank Rogers. Chain crew from New Jersey, Ed Brett. Also on the chain crew from New York, Don Perone. On the other box from Maryland, Pete Laskowitz. Our clock operator from New Jersey, Mr. Jack Russell. And chasing down the balls this weekend, Mr. Scott Marshall. Your officials for today. Next time I ask you to stand for our national anthem.
Helmets off. Helmets off. This way.
Coach, we're done with the captains. When the captains come out, coaches, you come out with captains.
All right. Good game, boys.
Right there.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, guys. Good luck, guys. Good luck, guys.
Hey, come on.
All right, guys. All right, guys.
Let's go! Come on, bring the head coach. Send him out here.
Guys, they want you.
And your captain. Then your captain. Coach, Head coach. No problem.
Sorry. Over here, Paul.
Okay, coaches, let me do a couple things first. You all guys will be played a few games before you know the thing. The NPR is on each sideline, okay? Check with your spotters, make sure that's right. 36-point, lopsided rule, okay? Tie game, we go overtime, Cornell from the 10, and I will explain all that. We'll come out on the field. Referees, if that comes up, we get to that point, coaches make all the decisions on the flips, okay? Get going, guys. It's all set.
We want the ball.
You ready, gentlemen?
All right, good morning, gentlemen. I'm going to do a coin flip today. First of all, I'm going to designate Lakeland as purple. Clay, you're going to be yellow. Lakeland, you're going to be calling the toss. I'm going to call it in the air. This is going to be heads. There's the tails. Call nice and loud.
Tails.
Tails is called. And it is tails. Okay, your choices are you can defer to the second half, you can choose to kick or receive, or you can pick which goal you're going to defend.
Defer.
Okay, Lakeland's going to defer. Play that exit, your choice is half.
Receive.
You want the ball? Which goal are you going to defend?
That one.
Okay, turn your backs to the goal line. Lakeland defers. Play is good to receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck, Fortune. Good luck. Good luck, dude. Good luck, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we can be sure. We'll don't announce any numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, your announcer today is Mr. Angelo Sackall. Lakeland to kick the ball. Play to receive. Carries the back to the 43-yard line. Play ball, 1st and 10.
Play will take over on their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Around the corner, you call, let me know. I got first glove with you. Let's go, defense!
Corey Gionette, number 7, is the quarterback for the Panthers.
Cheney on the carry. Gain about 3-4 yards.
Paul Cheney, number 25, the running back, takes the ball across the 45-yard line to about the 47. Pick up a 4 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers.
Let's go, guys, right!
Power right! Power right! Yeah, right!
Austin Rowley, number 44, takes a handoff off the left side. Picks up about another 2 yards to the 49-yard line.
Play will have 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
Bring it up with 3rd down and a long 4 to go for the Panthers. Goes to Paul Cheney, number 25, crosses midfield, picks up the 1st down for the Panthers. Tackle is made at about the 38-yard line of the Vikings from Lakeland.
They have the ball on the 38-yard line.
The 1st and 10 for the Panthers from there.
Come on, all right!
I'm right! I'm right!
31, Elijah McDonald takes the handoff from Gionette. Gets down to about the 31-yard line. A pickup of 7 will bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Panthers. Opening drive of the 1st half here at Lock Haven Stadium. McDonald, 31, is the ball carrier. Tackled in the backfield for a loss back to the 32-yard line, loss of 1. Bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers. Gionette, all by himself in the backfield with no protection, gets sacked back at about the 40-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 8 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 12 for the Panthers. Ball just inside the Lakeland 40-yard line.
Hey, we might have to tighten our splits.
Panthers are in punt formation, and it is blocked by number 11 for Lakeland, who recovered the ball on the Panther 45-yard line. James Durant, number 11, comes through the line for the Vikings to block the punt. So there's the first break of the game. Vikings take advantage of it. Will take over on the Panther 46-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:54 to play in the first quarter.
Number 9, get the ball! 5 feet, get in there!
Number 9, James Hudson out of carry.
James Hudson, number 9, the ball carrier for the Vikings. Goes around the right side of the line.
Hit hard out there, gang tackle!
Gets to about the 42-yard line, bring up 2nd down and about 7 for the Vikes.
Keep the ball, Austin!
Hudson again the ball carrier, this time not before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Loses a yard back to about the 43.
Get around him! Don't stay around, guys! Gang
They're down
tackle!
to the
Gang
line, 7
tackle!
to go this time for the Vikes.
42! 42!
Hudson again takes the ball, breaks a couple of tacklers, and is finally brought down at about the 18-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down for the Vikings deep inside Panther territory. Ball spotted at the 18. 25-yard carry for the young man, Hudson.
All right, I see
You can adjust when you crank up the color.
Gilbert Bates, number 1, calling the signals for the Vikings today. And Bates calls his own number on the play, crosses the 15-yard line down close to the 14. Giving 4 yards on the carry. Will bring up 2nd and 6 for the Vikings. End around number 42 for the Vikings. And he is out of bounds, they say, at about the 3-yard line. Morris Turner, number 42, makes the run for the Vikings. We have a timeout on the field for an injured ball player, number 31 from the Panthers. Elijah McDonald is down on the field at the goal line.
Listen, your nose, in your mouth, okay? You breathe it off.
Guy, you gotta move your eyes and smile.
When play resumes, the Vikings will have the ball 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
In your nose, out your mouth.
I have been.
You got plenty of time, only when you're ready. Lighten up a little bit. Okay, keep breathing it off. You sitting up yet? You want to breathe it off? Just sit up first. Take your time.
Nice end around by Turner on the last play, number 42.
Nice deep breath.
Tried to tiptoe in to the end zone, but stepped out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Good job.
And McDonald, number 31, is up and coming off the field under his own power.
injured Clay Panther was number 31, Elijah McDonald.
So play resumes. First and goal from the 3-yard line for the Lakeland Vikings. Fumble on the exchange, and we're going to have to wait to see where it comes up. It's recovered by the Panthers. Number 65, I believe, is the number. Yes, it is, number 65. Cameron Barthelm, number 65, recovers the fumble for the Panthers. So the Panthers from Clay dodge a bullet here in the first quarter. Recovering the fumble, the ball is spotted at their own 4-yard line. They'll take over first and 10. It's got to be cold out there on the field this morning, even if you do have gloves on. Paul Cheney, number 25, takes one off the right side of the line. Gets across the 15-yard line to about the 16-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Panthers. Cheney taking most of the carries right now for the Panthers. Cheney again takes the handoff. This time just gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up second down and 10 for the Panthers.
Get over here. Stand up. What the hell you doing? You're standing up again. Get your ass. Put that kid down.
Second possession for the Panthers here in the first quarter. They got down inside the 40-yard line the first time, and there comes Cheney, number 25, almost breaks away. It's tripped up at about the 34-yard line. Almost had a breakaway for a touchdown there for the Panthers. They do pick up a first down from the Clay 34-yard line.
Come on, guys, you guys are bigger than the block. Block hard. Block no line. Hit him hard. In the neutral zone, man. Right tackle's in the neutral zone. What's with the run? Hey, what's with the run?
Marola, number 44, takes the handoff straight up the middle and straight into the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Bring up second down and 10. And we have some penalty flags on the field. And we'll just wait for the referees because they are mic'd today. You'll hear exactly what we do.
Elijah, come here, hurry up. Austin, Elijah, right there. Come here, come here.
And it does look like it's going to be against the Vikings. Encroachment is the call. 5-yard penalty against the Vikings will give the ball at the Panthers' 39-yard line and bring up second down and 5.
Have a guy in there now. Get it out. Yes, come on, get him fixed up.
25, Cheney's coming off the field for a quick equipment adjustment.
Coach, needs a play. Needs a play. Right eight. Coming to you, baby. Here, hold on.
32, Jose Marola picks up the first down for the Panthers. The ball is spotted at the Panther 46-yard line. Another first down. A little over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter here. First game here at Lock Haven University today in the Pee Wee division of Pop Warner football.
He didn't do it this time. He stayed back.
Handoff goes to 31, Elijah McDonald. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Bring up second down and 10 for the Panthers.
Attention fans, can you please not videotape the football game, please?
Run! Go! There you go. You got it. Third.
32, Marola gets up to the midfield stripe.
It's 3rd and 5 for Clay.
And just across the midfield. Will bring up third down and 5 for the Panthers. We have a timeout on the field called by the Vikings with 1:34 to play in the first quarter.
Get it up. Get out there with it, Beach.
Okay, we're back in action here. 3rd and 5 for the Panthers, just across the 50-yard line in Viking territory. And Paul Cheney, 25, takes the handoff, gets inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line, and that's enough for another Panther first down. Cheney again, 25, this time down close to the 35-yard line. Just outside the 35, pickup of 8, brings up 2nd and 2 for the Panthers.
That 42 is very fast.
This is about where they were the first time they had the ball, when the Vikings put up a good defensive stop and got the quarterback in the backfield. But Corey Gionette, number 7, the quarterback, calls his own number, goes straight up the middle, inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line. Referee spotted at the 24. The Panthers have another 1st and 10 from there. Gionette, number 7, again, straight up the middle. Looks like about a 2-yard gain. And the ball is spotted at the 22-yard line. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. And time is running down here in the first quarter. We'll see if they can get this play off before the clock runs out. Cheney, the ball carrier, inside the 20-yard line, and time has expired here in the first quarter. And Cheney is shaken up on the play. As the quarter comes to an end, the ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the last play. It'll bring up 3rd down and about a long 5 for the Panthers when we start the second quarter.
At the end of the first quarter, it's Clay nothing, Lakeland Vikings nothing.
Well, we're through one quarter of play here at the 2000 Eastern Regional Playoff between the home team Clay Panthers and the visiting Vikings from Lakeland with no score. It's 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Number 32 is the ball carrier for the Panthers. However, there is a penalty flag on the play right at the 20-yard line. Holding is the preliminary indication by the referees against the Panthers.
Holding on the goal. That's going to repeat third down.
So the holding penalty is going to put the ball back at about the 29-yard line of Lakeland, which will bring up a third down and 15. And the Panthers from play will call a timeout right now. We'll be right back with action here from Lock Haven University in just a few minutes, right after this timeout. Okay, we're back at action here with 9:53 to play in the second quarter. The Panthers of play have the ball, 3rd and 15. Pass is complete to Hoffman, number 18, Andy Hoffman. Brought down at the 22-yard line. Let's pick up about 7 on the play. Bring up 4th down and 8 for the Panthers. It's been a long, sustained drive by the Panthers. They took over about halfway through the first quarter and have held on to the ball since then. They're going for it on 4th down. Gionette is being chased out of the pocket and brought down in the backfield for a loss at about the 28-yard line. And the Vikings will take over on downs from there. Lakeland 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. So the Vikings now get their second shot in this first half. They had the ball earlier in the first quarter, got down to the 3-yard line, had a 1st and goal, and unfortunately a fumble recovered by the Panthers stopped them from going in. Handoff goes to number 9, Hudson. Gets up to about the 35-yard line. And that's a pickup of 8 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Vikings.
Corey told him to line up on the left.
Vikings come up the line rather quickly after the huddle. Hudson again, the ball carrier. This time gets back to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard on the play. He does. It'll be 3rd and 1. And just outside the 40, excuse me, just outside the 36-yard line.
Watch your side. Get in there. Lance. Get up in there. Hey, it's coming to the tight end. 42.
Hudson, number 9, gets the handoff, is hit immediately, and a fumble results. And it has been recovered by the Panthers again. So the Panthers now come up with 2 fumble recoveries in the game. And this recovery is going to put the Panthers in good field position. The ball is at the Lakeland 33-yard line. The Panthers will have the ball 1st and 10 from there. With about 8:06 to play in the first half. Play comes up to the line, 1st and 10, and the referees are stopping it before they even get started with a penalty flag.
Substitution of action on Lakeland. Penalty is on Lakeland.
Illegal substitution against the Vikings, so give the Panthers 5 more yards closer to the goal line. Will be 1st and 5 from the 28. Cheney, 25, the ball carrier, and he's hit by a host of Vikings as he tries to make the turn upfield.
Makes it 2nd and 6.
They're going to say a loss of 1 on the play back to the 29-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. Cheney from the Panthers and Hudson from the Vikings are doing most of the work today for their respective teams. Austin Marola, number 44, takes the handoff and might have picked up the yard that was just lost. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 28 for the Panthers. Corey Gionette brings his team up to the line. And it's a reversal. A handoff goes 25, called Cheney on the end around. Gets up to the 20-yard line. Picks up a 1st down for the Panthers. And the ball is at the 20-yard line, so the 1st and 10 for the Panthers from there. This is the closest that the Panthers have been to the goal line today. We'll see if we can take advantage of that fumble recovery for just a few minutes ago and take the ball in. Austin Marola, 44, takes the ball straight up the middle. Gets to the 15-yard line to pick up a 5. 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. .31, Elijah McDonald takes the handoff. Gain of 2 on the play up to the 13-yard line. Be 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. Panthers starting to mix it up a little bit with their ball carriers. Three wide receivers off to the right side line. A little pop pass from Gionette to number 12. Andy Hoffman. That was number 18, Andy Hoffman, who made the reception, not number 12. Gionette with a quick little pop pass right across the middle. Hoffman was wide open in the end zone for the first score of today's game.
If you could get the passing game going, you would go away.
We have a timeout on the field called by the Panthers so they can talk over this extra point. And we'll be right back with more action. Okay, we're back with the extra point attempt. Panthers hand it off to 25, called Cheney, and the extra point is good for the Panthers. We got 5:19 to play in the first half, and the Clay Panthers go on top of the Lakeland Vikings by a score of 7-0. So the second fumble and recovery by the Panthers of a Viking fumble today has led to the first touchdown here. We got 5:19 to play in the first half. The Vikings have plenty of time to move the ball downfield and try to tie this game up before we go into half.
please. Listen.
He's not in.
All right, shut up. Listen.
We got somebody in.
No guards down. We got 5 more minutes till the half. We cannot let our guards down.
He's not in, we know.
You guys understand me? Yes, sir. You understand me? Yes, sir.
Hey, get out there and let's
Get the hands in. I want to hear defense.
Have guys out there.
No mercy, guys. No mercy. Let's go.
Guys out there.
You just saw the coaching staff of the Panthers giving instructions to their players here before they get out to kick off here after the touchdown. Gionette, number 7, who does the quarterbacking duties for the Panthers, is teeing it up to kick off. James Hudson, number 9, is one of the men back deep for the Vikings. And it looks like number 42, Morris Turner, is the other back man for the Vikings. Gionette is set to go, and here comes the kick. It's a short one, picked up by 33, who is wrestled out of bounds at about the 44-yard line, and the Vikings will have the ball from there, 1st and 10. First and 10 Vikings from their own 44-yard line. Bates, number 1, is the quarterback. Hands it off to Hudson, number 9.
Second and 7 for Lakeland.
Brought down at about the 47-yard line. Give them 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Vikes.
Hey, Corey! Watch the run! Watch the play! Right there!
Hudson again, the ball carrier, and he knocks over a couple of would-be tacklers before he's finally brought down, crosses midfield, and is about a yard short of a 1st down. It's going to be spotted at the 47-yard line of play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Vikings.
Come on, Austin! Get in there, Austin! Go!
Bates on the quarterback keeper picks up the 1st down and more to about the 38-yard line of the Panthers, and penalty flags are on the play. Not a personal foul, face masking the preliminary indication against the Panthers. And that's going to move the ball inside the 20-yard line.
Face mask on the goal. That'll be 1st down.
Excuse me, it takes the ball into the 25-yard line. And the Vikings from Lakeland will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Clay Panthers 25-yard line. Just a little over 4 minutes to play in the 1st half, and the Vikings have the ball deep inside Panther territory, 42. Morris Turner takes the handoff around the left side of the line. Picks up 9+ yard, and it'll be 2nd down and short for the Vikings. Ball resting between the 15 and 16-yard line. So the Vikings are trying to answer right back here with a touchdown of their own. Handoff goes to Hudson, number 9. Picks up the 1st down. And the ball will be spotted at about the 12-yard line. And the Vikings have kind of been mixing up between Hudson and Turner, who are doing the ball carrier, along with Bates, number 1, who took that ball himself right up the middle. Gained about 2 yards before he was finally wrestled down. Ball is just inside the 10-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings. At the 2:45 mark here in the first half. And the Vikings trailing the Panthers from play 7-0. Hudson, number 9, just puts his head down and bulls straight ahead, and they're going to say he's just short of the goal line. So it's going to be 1st and goal, very short yardage for the Vikings to go in for the touchdown.
1st and goal for Lakeland.
Ball is resting between the 1-yard stripe and the goal line. Bates brings him up in a hurry. Takes the handoff. No, excuse me, he keeps it himself, Bates. And he runs straight into the Panther line, is denied entrance into the end zone. To bring up 2nd and goal for the Vikings. Clock is down to 2 minutes and running, but I don't think the Vikings have to worry about time being against them right now. The only thing standing between them and the goal is the defense of the Panthers. Bates gets it to Hudson, who is in for the touchdown for the Vikings. James Hudson, number 9, takes the ball into the end zone to make the score Panthers 7, Vikings 6, with the extra point attempt coming up. And the Vikings now take a timeout on the field to discuss what they're going to do for the extra point, and we'll be right back with more action here from Lock Haven University. Okay, we're back here at Lock Haven University football field for the extra point attempt by the Lakeland Vikings. They're down 7-6 to the Clay Panthers. Bates keeps it himself, rolls out to the right, is denied the end zone. Penalty flags are on the field, though. Let's see what the referees have. If it's against the Vikings, the play will stand and the extra point will be no good. We have an illegal motion against the Vikings, and that will be declined, I'm sure.
Illegal motion on Lakeland. It's declined.
So the penalty is declined. Lakeland does not get in for the extra point. 1:44 to play in the first half. The score, the Panthers from Clay, 7, and the Vikings of Lakeland 6.
10-minute quarters, sir. Yeah. That's what you do after you score.
No one can do this.
I don't know what the outlook is. What you do after.
Okay, you'll be all right, boy.
A sparse crowd here today, but quite a few supporters for the Panthers. They have their yellow signs in support of them, standing up and waving them as their team has denied the Vikings of Lakeland the extra point that would have tied the score here before halftime. As far as I can tell, the temperature outside is cold. You don't want to know the number? No, just make it colder. Vikings are setting up to kick off. 42, Morris Turner is setting the ball up to kick off. Cheney, number 25, is back, one of the back men deep for the Panthers. And as soon as I get another number here on the other gentleman in the backfield, we'll let you know who that is too. And Corey Gionette, number 7, is the other one back deep. Morris trying an onside kick for the Vikings. It only goes 6 yards. So the Panthers will take over from the Viking 46-yard line. So the onside attempt is no good by the Vikings, and that gives the Panthers decent position here with 1:44 to play in the first half. They only have 46 yards to go to maybe tag on another 6 points here before we go into the locker room here at halftime. Gionette brings him up to the line. And there's that little pop pass again. And Andy Hoffman, number 18, again is the receiver on that little pop pass right across the middle. Nobody near him on that. Morris Turner, number 42, makes the tackle, I believe, the game-saving tackle. However, there is a penalty flag back at the 36-yard line, and we'll just wait and see what happens.
He's on the line of scrimmage, 18.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell by looking at the players as to who the penalty's against. The referees are discussing it. And it looks like they're going to call this play back. Nice pass play by the Panthers is nullified by the Panthers. Offensive pass interference is what they're going to call it, I believe.
What number?
And this penalty is going to move the ball back into Panther territory. Back to just inside their own 40-yard line.
They caught it was from the right side of the field. The far guy
We got a second down and 25 to go for the Panthers. With a minute 35 to play in the first half.
We got pass interference on the offense. That's a loss of down foul. Second down.
Not only is a 15-yard penalty, but it's also a loss of down. So they called it offensive interference. So there must have been some pushing coming off the line because that was a quick play. Clock is running with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Let's see what the Panthers come up with this time. Gionette brings him to the line, hands it off to 44, Austin Morella.
Austin Morella on the carry.
Gets up to about the 45-yard line.
It'll be third down and about 19.
Right on the 45-yard line. Third down and 19 is what they have marked up on the board here. It's third and very long. We're under a minute to play here in the first half. The Clay Panthers leading the Lakeland Vikings by a score of 7-6. And the Panthers have the ball. Had good field position after the onside kick attempt was no good. Gionette pitches back to... Oh!
Pass from Fonzie Morella attempted to Andy Hoffman, incomplete. Brings up
Fonzie Morella, number 32, had the handoff, who tried the halfback option pass, was tipped around by a couple of Vikings and falls to the ground for an incomplete pass with 31 seconds to play in the first half to bring up fourth down and 19 for the Panthers. Panthers are in punt formation. And Gionette does get the punt off and takes a Panther bounce inside the 25-yard line at about the 24-yard line of Lakeland. Vikings will have the ball first and 10 from there with 19 seconds to play in the first half.
George.
So the offensive pass interference call really hurt the Panthers on that drive. They would have had a first down and 10 inside the 15-yard line, and instead had to give the ball up on a 4th and 19 from their own 45-yard line. This will give the Vikings maybe 2 shots at the end zone, depending on what they can come up with. Gilbert Bates, number 1, brings the Vikings to the line. And the handoff goes to James Hudson, number 9, who goes straight up the middle. And the Vikings call a timeout. Gain of 4 in the play will bring up second down and 6 when play resumes. We have a timeout with 11 seconds to go, and we'll be right back after this timeout.
Austin, come here.
with the keeper.
Hudson, number 9, was the quarterback on the last play there for the Vikings. Kept him himself, ran out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Vikings. 5 seconds to play in the first half. James Hudson took the snap this last play for the Vikings.
He's not pumped up. He can't even catch the ball. He's a decoy.
And Hudson takes the snap again for the Vikings, tries to do the quarterback keeper straight up the middle, and time has expired in the first half here of this Eastern Regional playoff between the Clay Panthers and the Lakeland Vikings. We have the Panthers on top by a score of 7-6. And we'll be back with second half action coming your way.
This is all right, Tom.
And we're back at Lock Haven University Field for the second half of this Division II Pee-wee Championship of the Eastern Regional Playoffs here between the Panthers of Clay and the Vikings of Lakeland. Panthers will be kicking off to the Vikings. Gionette, number 7, doing the kicking for the Panthers, is picked up by number 9, James Hudson of the Vikings at about the 28-yard line. Gets up to about the 32-yard line until he's brought down. And the Vikings will start the second half with the ball at their own 32, trailing the Panthers by a score of 7-6. Well, we'll see what type of strategy now the two coaches have come up with. We'll see what type of defensive strength the Panthers are going to throw at the Vikings. And the first play of the second half goes to Hudson, number 9, and he's off to the races right down the middle of the field. And he's in for an apparent touchdown. However, we got penalty flags back on the field at the 40 and 45-yard line of the Vikings. And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get called back. We might even have 2 penalty flags on the field because of the way the flags are situated.
I did not say that. I said you're going first. Good job, James. Illegal participation on the goal. It's declined. Touchdown.
So an illegal participation call against the Panthers. So the touchdown for the Vikings will stand. A 68-yard touchdown run by James Hudson on the very first play of the second half puts the Vikings up on top by a score of 12-7. Vikings are lined up for the extra point attempt. The handoff goes to Hudson, number 9, and he's stacked up at the 1-yard line. It's no good. So 9:41 to play in the third quarter, and the Vikings strike first and fast here in the second half to take a 12-7 lead over the Panthers of Clay.
Shut up!
Never mind.
Shut up!
Return piece. Let's go.
I want a return. And I want fake. You let Corey and you guys handle it. Jay!
Come on, let's go.
I told him.
The coaches of the Clay Panthers have their kids in the
You're in there
right
for
now,
PJ. You need some.
trying to give them some words of encouragement here now, as they're going to be on the receiving end of the kickoff from the Vikings. And we'll see what the Panthers do now as they're down 12-7 here early in the second half. Andy Hoffman, number 18. Paul Cheney, number 25. And Corey Gionette, number 7.
No, you're off.
Are back deep for the Panthers. Hoffman now moves up 10 yards into the 40-yard line as a short man. Morris Turner, 42, set to kick off for the Vikings. And here we go. This time Morris Turner does kick it deep. It's picked up by Corey Gionette, number 7, about the 33-yard line. Gets up to about the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. So the Panthers will have the ball for their first shot here in the second half from their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
And then, come here. I know.
Don't be tough on me. You got blocked now.
You got to go in there. You tell Andy to get out of there. When I tell somebody who's in there, you're in there.
Panthers offensive line now has it for the first time in the second half. We'll see if they can strike quickly here, as the Vikings just did on their first possession. Cheney, number 25, takes the handoff, finds a little bit of a hole, is stripped of the ball, and the fumble is recovered by Lakeland. 22 comes up with the recovery. Darren Branch, number 22 of Lakeland, comes up with the fumble recovery for the Vikings. After Cheney had picked up about a 12-yard gain on the play, had picked up a first down for the Panthers. And the Vikings will have it at their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Come on, bro, you gotta hit somebody out, damn it, hit somebody.
After the Vikings had fumbled the ball away twice in the first half, the Panthers have come up with a fumble here in the second half to give the Vikings another shot at a score. James Hudson, number 9, takes the handoff, gets up close to the 50-yard line. And it's spotted just outside the 49. About a yard and a half on the play. We'll make it second down and a long 8 for the Vikings. Handoff to Turner, number 42. A lot of room around the left side of the field. Crosses the 40 down to about the 35-yard line before he's finally brought down. That's a first down for the Vikings. About a 16-yard pickup for Mr. Turner. Ball spotted just outside the Panther 35-yard line, 1st and 10 Vikings. So the Vikings have got the early momentum here in the second half after that real quick touchdown. And there are penalty flags on the field before the ball's even snapped. Coachman against the defense, number 65, a little bit too anxious for the Panthers.
You guys, come on, watch the ball!
And that'll give the Vikings a 1st and 5 from just outside the Panther 30-yard line. Handoff goes to number 9, Hudson. Off the right side of the line, gets to maybe the 27-yard line. Now we're going to mark it down at about the 26. So a 4-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 1 for the Vikings. And as I said earlier here, the Vikings have the momentum and moving the ball pretty steadily right now here in the second half. Morris Turner, 42, takes the ball around the left side of the field, is knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. And that's another first down for the Vikings. So they seem to be going back and forth here now between Turner and Hudson on who carries the ball now for the Vikings. Mixing it up quite a bit, keeping the Panthers off balance as you would. First and 10 for the Vikings. The handoff goes to Hudson, number 9. Little zigzag stutter step, if you would, up the middle. Ball spotted about the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Vikings. We do have a timeout on the field called by the Panthers. with 7:23 to play in the third quarter. Vikings ahead, 12-7. We'll be right back.
Somebody in for Cameron.
Pretty cold afternoon, buddy.
We're back here at Lock Haven University's field. Bates on the quarterback keeper looking for the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Gilbert Bates, number 1, a 12-yard run touchdown for the Lakeland Vikings. 7:16 to play in the third quarter, and the score now is Lakeland 18, Clay 7, with the extra point attempt to follow. Bates brings them to the line for the extra point attempt. The handoff goes to Hudson, number 9, and the extra point attempt is good. So that makes the score Lakeland 19, Clay 7. Lots of time left here in the second half, over 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. And we're going to see if the Clay Panthers now can pull it together and get a march of their own started now.
You guys came all this way to fall. We might as well end the game right now. Tell them don't even waste our time or their time. We might as well get on the bus and go home. I don't want to play. None of you's played any defense out there. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir. Suck it up. Come on.
Suck it up. You don't quit. Winners don't quit. Now stick 'em.
A lot of game left, guys. A lot of game, guys. Come on now, a lot of game. Let's have fun. Come on, guys. Don't quit. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hey, you're doing a head down. Don't fumble.
Morris Turner, 42, set to kick off for the Vikings. And 25, Paul Cheney, and 7, Corey Gionette is back deep for the Panthers.
Run it back, Fonzie. Run it back, Austin.
And here comes the kickoff. 44, Austin Morelli takes the kickoff for the Panthers, gets it to the 42-yard line.
Getting Elijah doing something. Stay up, fellas, stay up. Come on, guys, let's go. Take it right down.
Austin Marola was the returner for the Panthers. Apologies for the mispronunciation. We have 1st and 10 now for the Panthers from their own 42-yard line.
Out of time, guys. Let's run.
Elijah McDonald, 31, takes the handoff, gets up to the 45-yard line.
2nd and 7.
And they're going to spot it just outside the 45-yard line. About 3.5 on the play. We'll make it 2nd down and a short 7 for the Panthers.
Come on, guys, let's block. Come on, guys, let's block hard.
Paul Cheney, 25, takes the handoff across midfield into the Viking territory at about the 44-yard line.
Don't give up now.
So the Panthers aren't about to roll over and play dead. They're going to start the drive of their own. Cheney picks up the 1st down. Gionette brings them to the line. Austin Marola, number 44, the carrier. Gets to about the 37-yard line.
about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Ball just spotted inside the Lakeland 37-yard line.
Hey, Coach, make sure your men are on the line of scrimmage.
We're going to call it 2nd and 3 for the Panthers. Cheney, 25, with the handoff and the first down for the Panthers. And it is official. It is a first down for the Panthers. Just outside the 32, almost the 33-yard line of Lakeland. And the Panthers have another first down on this drive. Carolla, number 44. And he's caught in the backfield for a loss on the play. Loss of 1. Back to about the 34-yard line. We'll make it 2nd down and 11 for the Panthers.
Put a little bit all you sound like, and see how you just bend it there, okay? When you really jam them bad, you can't even bend it, okay?
Little razzle-dazzle end around in the backfield. Handoff goes to Paul Cheney, 25, and he's caught back for a loss about 6 yards back to the Lakeland 40-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 17 for the Panthers. Lakeland defense has gotten stiff here in the last 2 plays. Bringing up a 3rd and long situation for the Panthers. 3 wideouts. And there's that little quick pass up the middle again to Hoffman, number 18. Andy Hoffman, who is brought down at about the 23, 24-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, but about a 15, 16-yard gain for the Panthers, and they're using that little quick pass up the middle, right across the middle there quite a few times today. And the Vikings just evidently haven't come up with a defense to stop that yet. Ball is spotted at the 23-yard line. We got 4th down and less than a yard to go for the Panthers, and they're definitely going to go for it. Quarterback keeper Gio Nat definitely gets the first down. Gets up almost to the 20-yard line, so the Panthers will have the ball 1st and 10, keep their drive alive at the Lakeland 20-yard line. Cheney, 25, with the handoff, gets a block at the line, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Cheney with the 20-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have their first score of the second half to bring the score to within 19-13 in favor of the Vikings, with the extra point attempt by the Panthers yet to come. We have an official's timeout on the field. An injured player, number 25, Paul Cheney, is down at the 15-yard line. He's the young man who just put the ball into the end zone for the Panthers. So we're going to have a break in the action here for a few minutes until the coaches get a chance to check out Mr. Cheney and see what his problems are. Okay, we're back for the extra point attempt here by the Panthers after the injury to Cheney. And a little quick pass to Hoffman, number 18, works again for the extra point. 2:55 to play in the third quarters, and the Panthers have come back with 7 more of their own. Bring this ball game a little bit tighter. The score, the Lakeland Vikings 19 and the Clay Panthers 14. So the Panthers are not going to lay down, roll over, and play dead. These two teams came here to play football today, and that's exactly what they're doing. Paul Cheney, number 25, came off the field after the touchdown. He did come off the field under his own power. I would say he's a very tired young man right now because he's done most of the work here for the Panthers today.
42's going to get the ball in the reverse. You got to get the ball. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Hey, guys, whoever's got this.
So now it's the Vikings' turn to see if they can come back now with a score. They had gone up with 2 quick touchdowns in the first 3 minutes of the second half to take a 19-7 lead. Panthers have cut into that lead now, only down by 5. And there's still plenty of football action left to play. We still got 2:55 to play in the third quarter and another whole quarter to play after that. Gionette, number 7, will be doing the kickoff for the Panthers, while James Hudson, number 9, and Morris Turner, number 42, along with Gilbert Bates, number 1, are back deep for the Vikings. And there's the kickoff by the Panthers. It's touched by Hudson, number 9, who picks it up at about the 33-yard line, runs across field looking for some room, stops and decides to go up the middle and gets maybe 2 or 3 yards on the return altogether. Brought down at the 35-yard line, so Lakeland will have the ball 1st and 10 from there with about 2:45 to play in the third quarter. So now it's up for the defense of the Clay Panthers to put a stop to the Vikings attack here in the second half. Vikings have had possession twice here in the second half and have put points on the board both times. Handoff goes to Hudson, number 9, who comes around the right side. Picks up about 3 on the play to the 38 to bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Lakeland Vikes.
Rip the ball!
Neither team taking much time in the huddle today. Hudson again the ball carrier, and he's working hard just to even get a yard on that play. They're going to spot it at the 39. A yard gain will bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Vikings. And we've got a Panther down on the field at the 37-yard line. Officials timeout. P.J. Foti, number 97, was the injured player for the Panthers on the last play. We're back in action here at 3rd down and 5. As Hudson, number 9, takes the handoff. Gets about 3 yards up to about the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and a long 2 for the Vikings. They got about 2.5 yards to go here for the 1st down, and the Vikings are definitely lined up to go for it. But it looks like somebody jumped the gun just a little early on the left side of the line. False start against the Vikings. Number 7 was the culprit on the call. 5-yard penalty put the ball back to the 37-yard line of Lakeland, and that'll bring up 4th down and a long 7 to go now for the Vikings. They still come up to the line, look like they're going for it. And the handoff goes to Turner, number 42, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Gets maybe a yard on the play The Panthers of Clay will hold on and take over 1st and 10 from about the 38.5-yard line of Lakeland. So the Panthers now in good field position, down by 5 with 1:02 to play in the third quarter, and a chance to not only get back into the game, but to take the lead. Morris Turner, 42, had the last handoff for the Vikings and just could not seem to get his footing and was knocked down after about a yard pickup. Gionette, number 7, brings his Panthers out to the line. Handoff goes to 25, Cheney, and he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he might even have lost the yard on the play.
2nd and 11.
And they're going to mark it back at the just outside the 39-yard line. Between the 39 and the 40, that was a loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 11 for the Panthers, and we're under a minute to play here in the third quarter. .44, Austin Marola, straight up the middle, gets to about the 35-yard line. That's about a 5-yard gain to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Time is running down here at the third quarter, and time has run out here at Lock Haven Stadium with the score. The Lakeland Vikings 19 and the Clay Panthers 14. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter action here at Lock Haven University. Third and 6 for the Panthers as we start the fourth quarter here at Lock Haven University. Cheney, number 25, gets the handoff. And he picks up very little, if any. The ball is still spotted at the 35, so it will be 4th and 6 for the Panthers. So the Vikings of Lakeland, their defense here now has to shore up quite a bit. 4th and 6 for the Panthers. 3 wideouts. And they're looking for that little short pass again, and this time they're not going to make it. Gilbert Bates, number 1, comes through the line and catches Gionette in the backfield for a loss on the play. So the Vikings have held, will take over at their own 39-yard line, leading 19-14 in this Division II Pop Warner Pee Wee Division Eastern Regional Playoff game. Vikings come to the line with a 5-point lead. Handoff goes to Hudson, number 9. Gets of about 2 on the play. Up across the 41-yard line to bring up 2nd down and 8 for Lakeland. Hudson, again, the ball carrier, gets up to about the 44-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Vikings. Ten-minute quarters in Pop Warner football, so you don't have much time if you're on defense and you're behind. Hudson for the 3rd time, the ball carrier across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 3 for the Vikings. Ball at their own 46-yard line.
Watch the ball!
Watch the long count. Move on the ball.
Vikings are going to go for it.
String it out.
Bates on the quarterback keeper and dives at the last minute at the 49-yard line, and we're going to have to wait to see what the referees say on this one. And the referees are calling a timeout. They're going to bring the chains out to measure. Definitely is a close call. From up here, it looks like we've got a first down. But that's why the men in the striped shirts are down on the field to make it official. It'll definitely be a first down, depending on which way the arrow points after the measurement.
Sorry, pull it.
And as you can see on your screen, it is a first down by half a ball length for the Vikings of Lakeland. So the Vikings will hold on to the ball. Gutsy play by Bates, keeping it himself, and the lunge right at the end of that play, I think, is what made the difference in the first down. Clock is running with 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Vikings have the ball at their own 49, first and 10. Handoff goes to Hudson, number 9. Gets to maybe the 48-yard line of the Panthers. That'll be a pickup of about 4. Be second down and 6 for the Vikings.
Up the middle! Push him back!
Hudson again breaks a couple of tackles, and he's off and running. And in for the touchdown, a 47-yard run by Mr. James Hudson of the Vikings. And that puts the score up to 25-14 in favor of Lakeland with 6:49 to play in the game with the extra point forthcoming. Didn't see him that. Morris Turner, 42, takes the extra point attempt in. 6:49 to play in the game. The Lakeland Vikings over the Clay Panthers by a score of 26-14. Well, the Panthers were down by 2 touchdowns early in the second half. They put on a nice drive to cut it to 5. So don't count the Panthers out yet. 6:49 to play in the game. But they do have their work cut out for them. Panthers getting some last-minute instructions here down at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen as Morris Turner, number 42, gets set to kick off for the Vikings. Paul Cheney. Ryan Shear, number 20, is back deep for the Panthers to return the kickoff from Mr. Turner.
You need to get on the board quick.
Right left, short respected.
And here comes the kick.
Take it up, man. Don't stand.
Austin Morello, number 44, takes the kickoff return for the Panthers.
You guys all stood there.
He takes the ball and gets hit almost immediately. The ball will be spotted at the 42-yard line of the play Panthers. Panthers have the ball first and 10 from there. 6:41 to play in the game, and the Panthers definitely have their work cut out for them. Gionette's in a shotgun position for the quarterback, and he's sacked by about 4 Vikings.
They're wide open right now.
87-24, 2 of the numbers on the play for the Vikings. Loss is back to the 36-yard line. That's a loss of 6 on the play. Will bring up second down and 16 for the Panthers. Cheney on the reverse doesn't seem to be able to make it around the corner. Might have picked up a yard on the play.
Come on! Just stand around watching the tag. That's great.
Referees are spotting it at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Will bring up 3rd and 16 for the Panthers.
Let's block to the whistle.
3 wideouts again here now for the Panthers. They're going to try that short play. They were looking for it, but Gionette decides to take it up the middle himself. Gets up to about the 41-yard line. Will bring up 4th down and 11 for the Panthers, and we're down to the 5-minute mark here in the game. Panthers with not only a 4th and 11, but also have time against them right now. Panthers definitely have to go for this and pick up the first down to keep the drive alive. The snap goes back in the shotgun position to number 31, Elijah McDonald, who doesn't handle the snap well and has to fall on it. Lakeland will take over on downs from the Panther 36-yard line. Good field position, a 12-point lead, and 4:44 to go in the game. Panther defense now really has their work cut out for them. They're going to have to dig in and stop the Vikings on 3 downs, as we have a official's timeout for an equipment adjustment by one of the Panthers. While on the other side of the football, the Vikings from Lakeland need just to control the ball for the next 4 minutes to advance on to the next level of play. Handoff goes to Hudson, number 9, up the middle. Picks up about 4 on the play. Now they say only a 3-yard gain. Bring up second down and 7 from the 33-yard line.
Come on, strip the ball! Strip the ball! Stay tackle!
Handoff goes to Hudson again, just puts his head down and goes straight up the middle, gets up to the 30-yard line and maybe a little farther. Just inside the 30-yard line will bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Vikings.
Come on, defensive man, you gotta stop him now! Strip it! Strip it! Strip the ball! Strip it!
Hudson again, number 9, takes the handoff around the left side of the line. Gets down to about the 27-yard line, short of the first down by about a yard. Will bring up 4th down and 1. And a timeout is being taken by the Panthers with 3:30 to play in the game. And we'll be right back.
Come on, D, don't quit! Dig in! Come on, D, dig in!
4th and 1 for Lakeland here as we're back in action. Panthers really have to dig in here now. Number 88 moved a little bit too soon. And that's going to be an illegal procedure against the Vikings. That's going to push them back to a 4th down and 6.
Makes it 4th and 6.
Well, the 5-yard penalty put the ball back at about the 31.5-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and 6 for the Vikings. Well, the Vikings had a notion of running that quarterback keeper up the middle for the 1-yard gain. They might just have to rethink this next play. Bates keeps the ball, and the intended pass was for Morris Turner, number 42, is no good. So the Panthers will take over just outside their own 31-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:23 to play in the game, and down by 2 touchdowns. If there's ever a place for that little quick pass across the middle, this would be the place to do it for the Panthers. They've worked that place pretty good in the first half, but haven't been able to come up big in the second half with it. Handoff goes to number 32. Morelli, who in turn tries to throw the forward pass. It falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The pass was almost picked off by one of the Vikings of Lakeland. Couldn't quite hold on to it, so the Panthers dodge a little bit of a bullet right here, right now. Trying to pull maybe a fancy play or two here. And the handoff goes to 31, Elijah McDonald, who goes up the middle, a little fancy footwork, picks up the 1st down. The ball is out at the Panther 42-yard line. And we have an official's timeout on the field. We have a player down on the field. So with 3:08 to play in the game, we have an official's timeout while we check on the injured player, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back in action here. Clock is running under 3 minutes of play. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And Gionette is hit hard in the backfield. A loss on the play. Loss is back to the 39-yard line. A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13 for the Panthers. Number 31, Elijah McDonald, was the injured player for the Panthers after the 1st down run that he made. He was helped off the field a little bit by his coaches. And we have an official stoppage of the clock here. Looks like we got an equipment problem here on the line for the Vikings. Okay, we're back after that little equipment adjustment for the Vikings. We got 2nd and 13 here for the Panthers. And the forward pass is completed to Paul Cheney, who gets maybe 2 yards on the play up to about the 41-yard line. They're spotting it at the 41-yard line, bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Panthers. And we're under 2 minutes to play here in the game. The Lakeland Vikings are leading the Clay Panthers by a score of 26-14 in Division II Pop Warner Pee Wee Division of the 2000 Regional Playoffs. Gionette on the quarterback keeper, looking for some room on the left side of the line, and loses about a yard on the play. This is going to go back to about the 41-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and a long 11 or a short 12. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, it's tension if it's the first game. Yeah, just let the viewer.
We have 1 minute to play in this game. 4th and 11 for the Clay Panthers. If you consider the weather factor out here today, both of these teams have put up with an awful lot of punishment for as cold as it is outside. And a little razzle-dazzle in the backfield, a fumble on the play. Really doesn't make any difference who comes up with the ball. The Vikings will take over from the Panther 34-yard line with 37 seconds to play in the game. And all the Vikings really have to do now is just hold on to the ball for about 3 plays to put this one in the books. Vikings come up, Bates takes the snap and a knee in the backfield. He'll take that 1 yard loss to get the clock running. He'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Vikings.
2nd and 11.
From the Panther 35-yard line. And I think the Vikings are just going to let the clock run out. So the Lakeland Vikings will advance in Division II of Pop Warner Pee Wee football with a 26-14 victory over the Panthers from Clay. There's your final score, ladies and gentlemen. The Lakeland Vikings 26 and the Clay Panthers 14.
For the Clay Panthers from New York. At this time, the presentation of the medals to the team. Finishing runner-up in our championship game tonight.
Yeah.
Each player will receive a silver medal.
Clay lost. I'm in the middle of the field. Clay lost. Way to go, guys. Good job, gentlemen. Nice job. Nice job, guys. Put your hands up. You'll get them.
Raise those heads high.
Here you go, guys.
Got it?
What do you need back there?
We'll now have a presentation of the national trophy as the runner-up in the Pee Wee Division, Division II.
Right here.
To the head coach.
It's only 2 teams.
Also, a team plaque for finishing as runner-up today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Clay Panthers from Central New York. Good job, John.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 Division II champions from Baltimore, Maryland. Champion.
Put it on your neck. Put it right on your neck.
Put it around your neck.
Come on, your neck.
Don't keep that forever.
Put it on your neck,
So when y'all make it to the Super Bowl.
So when you walk in there Sunday, you gonna have your jacket on.
Presentation of the national trophy. Region champion from Harlem, Utrico, the commissioner to the head coach.
Congratulations, coach.
Presentation of the regional plaque from Vice Region Director John Singleton.
Saddle it up.
On the way today, is on the way to Disney World, Florida.